Hello, Susan Lenart here. Hey, I know a lot of people know my jewelry. I know you guys know I'm gem setting and have a free course called Alchemy of Soldering. Jump on there if you want to learn more about soldering. But what I want to show you today, so many people ask me about these gems that I have here. Come on over and take a look. I actually work with a lot of these beautiful gems, and you can see how I use them as highlights in all of my work. So you can see here's a little selection of them here. They're actually weighed out by the carat, and they're citrine and tourmaline and, you know, beautiful, beautiful stones by the carat. Normally I don't pick up and handle these coming over, but they're so transparent and they have such a vibrancy to them. These are called rose cut. The bottom comes to a point. And I know for some people, I have so many people asking me, how do you set stones like this that sit uneven like this? So I'm gonna show you, I actually have a bezel soldered together. There's another course that I do prior to this that just kind of shows you how to set these in. But I wanna show you how to build the bezel and set your piece in. So come on over here. I built this piece here, and because, you know, you can see the back of this, I'm actually using a lot of wire in the background, so I don't really want to cut out the back of my silver bezel. So what I did to keep the inside of this white, this is dipped in liver of sulfur to make it darker. I actually just put a little tiny bit of like a sealant, which is, it could be, you know, on the back here, it could be like a super glue just to coat the back of this. This can be, it's not gluing any stones down, it's just keeping my back vibrant. So when I put my stone in through time, it's not gonna oxidize back here. So that's one of the really kind of cool secrets that I have about this here. Here's the stones here that I have picked out and set for this piece. This piece actually will be in the center. I have these three on the side. I'm gonna show you how I set these. So let me get this piece out of the center. I'm not gonna do that one now. The first thing that I do is I actually will go ahead and cut a piece. I have a piece in here already. I usually will pick my bezel wire, and I use height in here. So if you think about it, I'm gonna need a little piece of wire so when my piece sits inside my bezel, it can sit flat and it's not going to be bothered at all. So if you see this piece, how it's hitting to the side, you really need like a little cup that it can sit in. See how beautiful that is? That's gonna make everything better. I'll even hold it up so you see it from the side. You know, you put it in a cup, it makes your whole piece straight, and that's really the secret of setting these rose cut. The thing I like about these gems is they're not too deep. Like this one actually is not too deep, and it's gonna sit beautifully on here. So you can just see the way that I make these, and I have a couple different size steel in here. This is the steel bezel wire, and I'm just gonna get in with my pliers. I'll make one for the center. I'm just gonna get in with my pliers and kind of bend it around, and it really is, these are all, one of the things that I love about these gems here is that they're all individual. You're never gonna find another one just like it. It really requires you to get in and set your pieces one at a time, not just get a bezel and cast it. You know, this work using these type of gems are all gonna be hand cut in here. So that's what I love about these gems. Now, if this is not flat, this one actually is pretty flat, but usually what I'll do is I'll just take it on my anvil and I'll hit it a little bit with the hammer. I might as well show you guys right here. I'm just gonna lay it here. I don't wanna flatten it out too much because I need that height. But that's basically it, and that's gonna sit beautifully right in the center piece. I wanna make sure that everything is held down in here as well. Now, I'm actually gonna be showing you guys this piece here. I already have a piece of steel in there, if you can see it. And I have this little blue piece here. Now, I'm talking about individual settings. So I do know there's a little, you can see a little point right here. You know, you really have to trace it back to perfection. You can see that little point. If it doesn't go in there the right way, sometimes it's a couple sets for me, you know, to go back in and put it in the right way. So everything is perfect, right? Okay, that's not perfect. There we go. Okay, so it just takes this little bit of extra here. And I'm gonna show you, it's really hard to show you guys how to set something like this. I'm gonna do this one more time. You know, don't worry if you have to go in and set it a couple times just to get a side done right. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do on my bench pin, you're hardly gonna see my hands. I actually use these, I love these. When I talk about it in any of my workshops, I love these pliers. This actually is how I set my stones because I can hold it down in the center, very gently go around and bring my sides in just a tiny bit. Usually I look to see if there's any area that's lifted a little more or needs coverage. And I just bring it over like that, move my piece around, and this one came from the center, and I just very, very gently bring my sides over. By the way, this is a fine silver bezel wire that I used, which you guys will see in my Alchemy of Soldering course. Get on there. It really teaches you how to solder this all together. And, you know, now once I have it set all the way around, I'm just gonna get on here and see, these are the smaller size, so I can do it this way. There certainly is different ways that I do this, but I've been using a lot of these very small gems just to highlight my stones. And I'm really enjoying this process. These are sold by the carat, so it really makes them nice and affordable. And then I just go around that. And then you get a beautiful, beautiful gem set. Now I just have a few others to go, but that one is ready to go. All right, you guys, so that is the rose cut gems. And me and my history of jewelry. You can get onto my Alchemy of Soldering course. This actually is just a little extra. You can learn so much about soldering, all the tools. I really, truly, one of the reasons that I use a tool like this is I love the challenge of keeping a small studio and building all my work with a minimal set of tools. So, all right, you guys, thanks for joining me. We'll see you soon.